Okay, hello everyone. So our today's topic is basically Whitson bridge, and we'll also revise Kirchhoff's law a little bit. So the most important thing is that the derivation and numerical of Whitson bridge are very important for your syllabus. Also, on the basis of Whitson bridge, we have a device called meter bridge, whose concept is similar to that of Whitson bridge. So you have to learn this topic and you have to practice this topic. So I'll also send many questions today related to Whitson bridge. Okay, so first we'll revise Kirchhoff's law. So Kirchhoff's first law is Kirchhoff's current law, which says that current entering the node equals to current leaving the node. It means at any point in a circuit, the total current entering the point will be equal to total current leaving the point. Suppose at this point, I1, I2 and I3 are entering and I4 and I5 are leaving. So basically I1 plus I2 plus I3 will be equal to I4 plus I5. So this is Kirchhoff's current law. And this law is applicable because charges can never accumulate at any point in a circuit. At any point, the total incoming charges will be equal to total outgoing charges. Okay, so this is Kirchhoff's current law, whose applicability is due to charges can never accumulate at one point. Now coming to Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff's voltage law says that the total increase in potential in a circuit will be equal to total decrease in potential. It means the net potential change in a closed circuit is always equal to zero. In a closed loop is always equal to zero. So in this diagram, the potential is getting increased in the battery. So total increase in potential is 5 volt and total decrease is 3 plus 2, that is 5 volt. So total voltage rise will be equal to total voltage drop. So this is basically Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now you have to remember the rules for Kirchhoff's voltage law, that if the direction of your movement and the direction of current is same, then you have to write minus IR. If direction of your movement and direction of current is opposite, then you have to write plus IR. If while moving in a circuit you get positive terminal first, then you have to write minus E. And if while moving in a circuit you get negative terminal first, then you have to write plus E. So this all four rules you have to remember. Okay, now coming to Whitson bridge. So what is basically a Whitson bridge? So if we look into this circuit, so we have a battery, we have four resistance P, Q, R and S, and there is a galvanometer G between these 2 points B and D. So basically there are 4 points A, B, C and D, and there is a galvanometer which is connected between B and D. Now what I'll do is I'll distribute current. So suppose I current moves out from battery. So at this point the current will distribute into I1 and I minus I1. So I minus I1 will come in the lower part of the loop. I1 will go in the upper part. So I1 will move like this, and after reaching B, suppose I1 is getting divided into two parts. Ig will come to the galvanometer and I1 minus Ig will go to that side. So Ig is coming from top side and I minus I1 from this side. They both will combine from Kirchhoff's current law. The current in this resistance will be I minus I1 plus Ig, and in the current in this resistance will be I1 minus Ig. At C again both this current will combine and the total current will be I, because I1 and minus I1 will cancel out, minus Ig and Ig will cancel out. So what we'll do is we'll take two loops, A, B, D, A. So for A, B, D, A, if I'll write Kirchhoff equation, so from A to B, the direction of your motion is from A to B and the current is also from A to B. So we'll write minus I1 into P, because Kirchhoff's current voltage law says that if direction of your motion and direction of current is same, then you have to write minus IR. So minus I1P. From B to D, you are moving from B to D. Current is also from B to D. You have to write minus Ig into G. Ig is current in galvanometer. G is resistance of galvanometer. And from D to A, when you will move from D to A, current is opposite. So you have to write out plus I minus I1 into R. And the total change in potential is 0. The second loop which will take is B, C, D, B. So from B to C, direction is from B to C, current is from B to C. So it will write minus I1 minus Ig into Q. So minus I into R. From C to D, the direction of your motion and direction of current is opposite. So we'll write plus I minus I1 plus Ig into S. Then from D to B, same. The direction of your motion is from D to B, current is from B to D. So we'll write plus Ig into G, and total change in potential is 0. So we have two equations now. So this circuit will be called as Whitson bridge when current in galvanometer is 0. So we have to find out the condition when current in galvanometer is equal to 0. So basically we have to find out the condition when ig equal to 0. So we'll put ig in 0 in both this equations. So in this equation ig will be 0, in this equation ig will be 0. So both this equation will shorten to minus I1p plus I minus I1 into R equal to 0 because ig is 0. And second equation, this ig will be 0, this ig will be 0. So it will reduce to minus I1q plus I minus I1 into S equal to 0. So dividing both these equations, minus I1 will cancel out and this will cancel out. So the condition is P by Q equal to R by S. So if P divided by Q equal to R divided by S, then this will be a Whitson bridge and the current through galvanometer will be 0. So you can remove this branch. So if you will remove this branch, then P and Q will be in series, R and S will be in series, and P plus Q and R plus S will be in parallel. So you can easily find out equivalent resistance. But in a Whitson bridge, if this condition is met, then you can remove the middle circuit. You can remove this galvanometer part from here. So how to check whether a circuit is Whitson bridge or not? You have to check this condition, whether P by Q equal to R by S there is or not. We can take example and we'll learn from the example now. Suppose in this circuit, so question is what will be the value of this resistance so that current through galvanometer is 0. So what will be the value of this resistance so that current through galvanometer will be 0. Suppose this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. So the condition is basically P by Q equal to R by S. So P by Q means 25 upon 15 is equal to 17 upon S. So basically value of S will be equal to 15 into 17 divided by 25 ohm. So if value of S is equal to this value, then this will be a Whitson bridge and this branch will have no current. So Ig will be equal to 0. Okay, again if you look at this circuit, then if you'll see the upper part resembles to our Whitson bridge, and if you'll see, suppose this is P, suppose this is Q, suppose this is R, incidentally the value of this also is R, and this is S. If you check, P by Q is equal to R by S is getting satisfied. It means we can remove this R. What we can do is we can remove this middle R. This can go out because there will be no current in this branch. So this R and this R will be in series. This R and this R will be in series, and 2R, 2R and R will be in parallel. So this way you can find equivalent resistance between A and B. So you have to check if it's a Whitson bridge, then you can remove the middle branch. Taking one more example, suppose this point is A, so this point will also be A. This point is B, so this point will be B. Suppose this point is C and this point is D. If we look, so first we will arrive at A. Now if we'll see from A, a branch is going to C and there is R between A and C. So what we'll do is, this is C and this is R. Similarly, find from point A, one branch is going to D and there is R between them. So what I'll do is, this is point D and there is R between them. Now if we'll see, between C and D there is R. So between C and D there is R. If we'll see from D to B there is R. From D to B there is R. And from C to B also there is R. So from C to B there is R. Now if you'll see, this is basically a Whitson bridge. Okay, so if it's a Whitson bridge, you can remove the middle branch. So the total resistance will be R plus R2R, R plus R2R, and 2R and 2R will be in parallel. So this is how you have to solve questions related to Whitson bridge. Now what you have to do is you have to submit an assignment, which I'll be sending, by with this message. So you have to solve that assignment, and if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.